While 92% of companies focus their messaging on what they sell, Harvard Business School research shows that 86% of purchase decisions are based on what prospects believe they belong to. What are your customers really buying? The most successful businesses understand that they're not selling products or services. They're offering an identity. They're offering belonging, creative, crafted experiences and communities that transform, that allow customers to evolve in what they aspire to become. According to a Stanford Belonging Project, organizations that frame their offerings as identity-enhancing belongings see 56% higher conversion rates than those focusing slowly on features and benefits. Are you positioning your value? The disconnect between what companies promote and what other customers are truly seeking is a huge opportunity across the global market. Each missed opportunity belonging signal results in a decrease in customer-initiated conversations and a reduction in social sharing. Every message that emphasizes what you're providing rather than who customers are becoming is actively suppressing the very word of mouth that drives sustainable growth. What are you doing to create a community, to create a tribe, to have your customers feel like they belong to an exclusive group? What are you doing in your social? What are you doing in your daily life? What are you doing in your messaging so that they all become that? Imagine, if you will, having a tribe of people who want to follow you around and take whatever you have to offer, expressing it, spreading it, creating greater and greater opportunities for you and the tribe, creating new people, bringing them in through word of mouth. Let me ask you a question. When you're off going to get something, do you ask your neighbors and friends or people who know about it what they think, what they believe, where they would go? I do all the time. It's a shortcut. I know that this person's trustworthy. Let me make sure that I get that information from it. They may have already done some research and know something about it. So that word of mouth is powerful. Imagine if you had a tribe of people who feel like they belong to our organization and they can spread that message. They can give you information. They can provide you opportunities to talk to their friends. And not in a sales way, but in a way like, I'm excited, do you want to join me? We were once selling a diet program, and we'd done a great job, and we hit the New York Times bestseller, and we had lots of people coming in. And then we had this letter from someone that said, I'm so excited about the program. I'm doing it with my local book club. And all of a sudden the light bulb came in. I'm like, oh my goodness, if they're doing a local book club, let's send them some stuff. Let's send them some tchotchke. And we created a whole document that talked about how you could have these conversations, how you could do this as a group. And just from that one technique, we saw the population of people who were commenting, people who were buying, and people who were engaging explode. Because if you have one person that says, here, let's do it, and we bring 4 people together, and they bring 4 people together, we just all of a sudden had this ripple effect, this tsunami of new people. It was exciting, it was fascinating. But if you see what's going on, they start to talk in the same language. They have their own language. They have their own lexicon, so that they start being a tribe. They start belonging together. They start to have a conversation. And you see this all over the place. You see this in sports teams, where teams will have certain techniques or certain songs. If you ever have a chance, go to a baseball game in Japan. It is fascinating that they have their own chants and each player has their own song. They become a tribe and they all want to show up to become part of that. What you want to do is start creating your own tribe, your own way of talking, taking your ideas and creating that tribal language so people can talk in shorthand. In my company, there's a tremendous number of quick shorthands that we have. You know, we use 3-letter acronyms for all of our clients, but we also have short acronyms. Remember when you did RXVP1, and I just need you to change it slightly to make it more saucy. That makes perfect sense to my team. It may not make perfect sense to anyone, but it's a short way. But it also is a tribal identity. It makes them understand that they belong to someone. And you can come in and talk to them. Or go to any large organization, and they have that tribal language. Start this simply. Start branding and talking about your ideas. Start giving names to your ideas. Start giving them life. Name each one of your projects. Name each one of the products. Every time a new product is coming out, there's a code name that's put on it. And maybe even talk about that code name so that your community knows that code is coming. Make them part of the insider. Make them part of that and start giving them the ability to have that conversation. So when they meet up with someone, they can immediately have a quick conversation. It's like the secret handshake. And as long as you know the secret handshake, you already are part of that tribe. And we are tribal to begin with. We are losing that idea. So the more we can have this tribal interaction, this tribal love, this tribal interest, better we're going to be about that. And the more people who have that, feel like they belong to you, want to work with you, will spread your own word, spread your own ideas. But what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think about the things that you can start in your tribal language. You may already have it. I may already have a lexicon. When I worked in the phone company, Bell Atlantic at the time, they had a book of acronyms, and everyone had to know these acronyms because it was something that we talked about all the time. The interesting thing is it got to the point where the acronyms, no one knew what the acronyms meant. They knew what it referred to, but no one could tell what the acronyms were. That was a whole tribal language. And you could walk in, and if you were in the phone company and you talked this quick language, everyone knew exactly who you were and what was going on. So what we have done is we've really created an ability to create a tribe, to create a group of people who feel like they belong. And if they belong, then they can actually get something done. So make that list, come up with that great idea, and do me a favor, think about other tribes or other organizations that you see. What do they do? Put it in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going. Look forward to talking to you later.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode on the Strategy Session, where we take your business from stuck to unstoppable. Here's another video I think you'd enjoy. If you found these insights valuable, remember to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications on our latest videos. Remember, you're not just marketing, you're making history with Ventured Gain.